Well, it's not a new coach for you, actually.
Mm.
This is your first coach at Lakeland, Amory Porter.
No, I'm a sophomore as well.
You're a sophomore?
Yeah.
Okay, somewhere along the line I thought you were a freshman. You
No.
played here last year then?
Yes, I did.
Okay, which we weren't covering it last year. That's probably how I missed that. So how about you then? What's the transition like for you from Hills to Porter?
Jess was a lot more tough, and she instilled fear into us, and I think that's what pushed us. Amory makes us feel a lot more comfortable, and that's what pushes us with his coaching, because we're able to talk to him, and we're not like afraid of him, so that helps a lot.
So one is kind of like you perform or work on your skills. You almost get in an atmosphere where it's because you're worried you're going to have to run laps.
Yeah,
if you do
exactly,
it wrong.
exactly.
And the other, you work hard for the coach. You
Right.
develop more of a respect for him,
Yes,
perhaps.
yes.
Okay. What do you think about this year's team compared to last year's?
I think that this year's team has a lot better team chemistry than last year. Last year we had a lot of cliques and not everybody got along very well.
Okay.
But this year I feel like we all like each other for the most part and get along a lot better. So.
Okay, and that can happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you have a group of players, things get a little like an atmosphere where it's not so much like a team spirit thing.
Right.
But this year you say it's like that a lot more.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
What do you think that is? Just because there's different people? And
Yeah, and I think that a lot of our personalities click a lot better than last year. Like last year it seemed like a lot of people were just out for themselves kind of type thing. But this year, I don't know, people just like each other, and we're a lot more easygoing than we were the year before.
Okay, so you might have had a little less team chemistry last year, but who left from that team that you thought you didn't want to see him go? And I know there's not many choices.
Yeah, there wasn't very many choices, but I was sad to see Vesna go because she was such a big part of the team, and it was hard for me to say goodbye to our liberos as well because the liberos do a lot for the team, and which meant we would have had to recruit new passers this year. But I think Amory did a good job finding new people, but it was still hard to say goodbye to sophomores.
Okay. What's your position currently?
I'm a middle hitter.
A middle hitter, okay.
Yes.
What's the hardest part about being a middle hitter?
Middle hitters are known as the workhorse of the team because we're constantly running and getting up and blocking and then running in to get set up. And half the time I don't even get set up because I'm just there for a distraction, but we're constantly going.
Okay. Well, we have a setter sitting on the side in the studio here. I'm not sure she agrees with that assessment of who has the toughest job. But I've seen some matches already, and I know everyone works very hard out there.
Oh, yeah, everyone does.
And how about you? Would you like to go on playing volleyball at the junior, senior, collegiate level?
I would like to, yes. It would be hard for me, though, because I'm going into the dental hygiene program. And if I did want to get into a university, I would have to go a lot farther away from home than I am now, and that would be really hard for me to do.
If it come down to playing volleyball or sticking with your dental program, what would it be?
Well, I think dental hygiene will take me a lot farther than volleyball does, but I don't know. I think that if I didn't go on to a university and I had the option to, I'd regret it.
Okay. All right. You have some hobbies listed. What was it? Friends, family, outdoors? I mean, friends, family. Okay, that's a good hobby, I guess. If your family's a hobby.
Well, I just like spending time with them.
Right. I think I know that's what you meant. I was being facetious there. But what's the appeal to the outdoors for you?
I don't know. I like being out by the pool. I like going camping. I just like being outside when I can. I hate the winter. I'm dreading it to come, but I just like the sunshine and being outside.
Well, you'll get to be in the field house sweating up a storm working out with the team, so don't worry too much about the winter. Now, we already know that your main course here is going to be dental.
Yes.
Okay. Getting to that before we're done here, is that something that someone kind of helped you along with and suggested, or is something you were always interested in?
Well, my sophomore year, I started stressing out really bad because I could not figure out what I wanted to be when I grew up. And I just kept going through all my options of what I could do. And my mom's friend suggested I become a dental hygienist. And I was like, oh my gosh, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to look at people's teeth all day. But then I started thinking about it, and I was like, I actually do kind of have an obsession with teeth. I'm constantly looking at people's teeth, and I'm constantly brushing my own. So I was like, maybe I should do that. So I started looking into it, and I was like, yeah, I think I like that idea. So.
Okay, and how's that going? You're doing good in the program?
I'm not in the program yet, but I'm still just taking my prereq classes, but it's going pretty good so far.
Okay. You also said in 5 years you aspire to be rich, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and did you know you're also on my Christmas card list?
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone who wants to be rich is going to be on it.
All right.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us here on Lakers Live, Rebecca.
Thank you.